Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to Extra Point, brought to you on Southwestern Montana News by Dennis Sherg of Edward Jones, 82 Coffee Company, Susan McRae Accounting, and Town and Country Foods. And today we're in the dugout of the Dillon Cubs with Cubs manager Big Time. I can say it. You said it was okay. It's
It's
Andy.
good.
It's
It's
Andy
good.
Bartlome, but for most people, he's been around Dillon for a long time, and most people know him as Big Time. Not, I mean, I had to ask Jeremy. His first name's Andy, isn't it? Because I just didn't know. But anyway, like we do with everybody in Extra Point, we need to get a little scouting report from you. So, hometown.
I grew up in Burley, Idaho.
Okay,
Down
that's
there, I was a bobcat.
a bobcat,
Yep.
huh? Okay, so what brought you to Dillon?
Uh, Came up here to Dillon to go to school at Western. Came up here to attempt football. Got hurt, couldn't finish it out, but fell in love with the place and decided to make Dillon home. Finished up school at Western after quite a few years of getting on the straight and narrow, but graduate of Montana Western.
Were you on the Keith Hanlow's school plan?
You can call it that. I asked them if they'd give me a doctorate when we got done, and they said no.
Did
So
you take every class possible to take
I took a
before you
few of
got
them a
your
few
degree?
different times.
So can
Yeah.
can you remember what your degree was?
I got a degree in business administration
Okay.
and small business management. I was a bowling and golf expert by the time I left Western.
Okay. Okay. Well, then again, and you struck bonds with a good guy of Western, Dean Ovitt.
Yep, Dean was one of my mentors coming up. A great guy, kind of like a second father to me up here, and he did a lot giving back to the community and kind of showing us how the right way to do things are. And when I was able to get the shop down there at Big Time Sportswear and Design, I wanted to follow along and do what I could to keep that alive.
Now, did you know him when you were in Burley, or did you make connections up here? Because I know he had Idaho connections too.
Yeah, he was from Burley. I went to high school with his oldest daughter. I knew them. I never really met Dean, but Dean knew my dad from playing golf with him. Knew my grandparents from having the parts store in town when him and his brother had the Chevy dealership down there prior to going to Salmon and coming over to Dillon. So it's kind of a weird connection. We hadn't really met until we got here, but he's a great guy. That's severely missed in this town.
Okay, well, we're going to do a little history now. You're off the hook for just a little bit. We're talking American Legion baseball made its debut 1926. That's a long time ago. 1928 to 1948, Montana played as a single league, and in 1949 they created a second league, which is now Class A. So a little history lesson there. And from 49 to 1986, teams played as either Class A or Class B. And I think Dillon for a while early was a Class B team. But now and then they evolved, and now we have a Class A and a Class B team, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay. In 1987, as high school enrollments grew, teams played as Class AA and A. And maybe you could talk a little bit about the requirements. I've got them down here, but why don't you just talk a little bit in order for a student athlete to play a Legion baseball age and guidelines?
So I'm not really sure on the age what the cutoff is, but they can come back for their 19-year-old season depending upon when their birthday is. As far as the classifications go, they just changed it last year to where because MHSA expanded their AA enrollment numbers, so Legion decided it was time to expand those, so that kept Butte and Belgrade down in the A ranks versus making them bump up to AA.
Okay, even because I know there was two teams at Butte at one time, wasn't there? The
Butte's got
minors,
three teams right now. They've got the Miners, the Muckers, and then they've got the Motormen, which is their Class C team.
So there's a Class C designation.
Yeah, there's some
now,
Class
too?
C that's got there with like Helena, Bozeman, and Butte. I know for sure have Class C.
Well, you're in your second year. Have you figured out how to be a manager yet? Because somebody said that being a coach or a manager, the job description changes on not a daily basis, but by the second almost.
Oh, there's so much to do as being the manager of the Cubs between getting the schedule, getting the umpires, making sure that the field's mowed ready to go, signs are hung out in the outfield, so that we can look good here. Making sure the kids are selling the raffle tickets to get out so we can get some money coming in. Scheduling bus drivers. We've been lucky this last year with Chance Plutt taking care of the field for us. It looks great, and then Megan Megals, Brandon Ferguson, and Dick Judge have been driving bus for us this year. So
You have your own bus too, don't
we
you?
do. We just picked up a new bus last year, so we ride in comfort now.
So, and it's got Dillon clubs, so you can make a little entrance wherever you
Yeah,
go.
we got the Dillon Cubs baseball on the side of it. We're gonna put a couple more stickers on it here once things start to slow down a little bit.
So you're relatively early in the season. You're 7-8 overall and 1-1 in Southern play. Are you still trying to work out the alignment or your lineups and stuff? Because I know in baseball, especially on this level, lots of kids have multiple duties. They may pitch one day, first base another day, or vice versa.
You know, we've got a lot of guys with a lot of versatility that we're able to move around the field. You know, we had an unfortunate injury with our one returning player, Damon Skratsky, right now, so he's out for a little bit. He's one of those versatile pilot players that could play about anywhere. But, you know, you look at what high school baseball's brought to Montana and us being able to play the games prior to this. You know, we got, 17 games in for the high school season this year. So it's kind of like a spring training almost for us as the Cubs. You know, we go out and work our butts off and play through the high school season. And then we roll into here, kind of have some of the rust knocked off, and we're able to hit the ground running with the Cubs.
Well, it's interesting with in spring baseball and even Legion baseball. Your biggest opponent isn't necessarily who the guys in the other uniform. It's the weather.
It's weather, yes, it is, and we've lucked out with the weather so far this year. You know, we haven't had any rainouts. We were able to play every high school game that we had scheduled throughout the year without the snow and stuff. So that was really nice. Mother Nature was cooperating.
Well, and we'll talk about who you're playing later on, but it's when we're taping this, it's a beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon in southwestern Montana. Vivid blue sky behind us. I think, and it's not going to be that really that hot. You've got a double header today, but this is ideal baseball weather.
That's great. We don't even have a wind. I'm looking out at the flag out in center, and it's standing straight down. Usually it's out real firm heading to the golf course. So it should be a good day for some Cubs games.
Here's a non baseball question. How many golf balls do you find in the outfield?
We probably find 3 or 4 a day. Ever since I quit playing golf, it's a few less than what
Okay.
used to be out there, but
Okay.
there's 3 or 4 out there.
Okay, so district games. We talked about this before we went taping. You have district games, non-district games, and I'm going to double A. And I'm just kind of going on past, looking at past years. So you said our district, which normally is 8 teams, has been cut down by 2.
Cut down to 6.
So how many times do you play each other?
So we play each other. We play a doubleheader home and a doubleheader away with each other. So we've got 20 conference games that we've got. At the end of it, with the 6-team schedule, the top 2 teams in the conference get a bye in that district tournament. So that'd be huge if we could find a way to get into one of those top 2 spots.
Okay, and how about non-district? Do you play very much against the other districts?
We don't play against the other districts a whole heck of a lot. We're doing more tournaments this year. So we played in the Butte tournament early on, over Memorial Day weekend. We just recently got back from the Gallatin Valley tournament, and then we're hosting the Maybelle Arthur here the 28th through the 30th of June.
Okay, what about double A games? I know in the past, every once in a while, but it's usually a road game. You usually have to travel somewhere for a double A. Any double A on the
We
schedule?
don't have any
this
double A
year?
on the schedule this year. Just with trying to get those conference games in there, and with starting with high school baseball, and also us starting a little later, it's harder to plug all those games in with the pitch counts and days rest that you got to follow. It's really hard to play as many back-to-back games.
Well, and I'm guessing when it comes to playing out-of-state teams, you face those guys in tournaments.
We face those guys in tournaments. You know, last year we went down and played the Burley Green Sox and the Minico Storm. That was a kind of a fun trip. Go back to my old stomping grounds. Let the boys play on a couple nice fields down there. We played Burley in the Butte tournament. We played Hillcrest. Hillcrest is actually coming to our tournament here, so we'll get to see them again. So we're seeing a little bit of those out-of-state teams coming in.
Now we talked about this off camera about the Maybelle Arthur. That's been a popular tournament for I don't even know how old it is. It just seems like it's always here. It's been here and stuff like that. What were the dates of that?
So
coming
the tournaments are the 28th, 29th, and 30th. The one cool thing about the Maybelle this year is we usually have the Gail Whitworth number 9 Memorial game. It's usually one of the first games of the year. With our schedule with Anaconda, it just didn't pan out. So I called Leanne Whitworth, talked to her. We're going to do that Whitworth game the 30th, that 6 o'clock game that night. So they're going to have a bunch of people down for that. And it really means a lot to them because Maybell meant a lot to Gail and the Whitworth family with getting Cubs baseball going. So
Well, he's the one manager that's captured a state title.
yeah.
So, and I would say, and I remember covering him years ago. He's the one that really kind of laid the foundation to where the Cubs are now today. We've always had successful programs.
Yep. No. Gail did a great job starting the program, and continuing it on. He got that state championship. He had some conference titles in there. He really laid that foundation of the work ethic that you need to have. And I just like to try to continue to get the Cubs to believe that and see where we're at. I think the future of baseball in Dillon is pretty bright right now.
Okay. Well, what's the upcoming schedule? Now we're recording this on a Thursday, and you've got a doubleheader coming up. Who do you have later on this afternoon?
So we got the Bitterroot Red Sox are coming to town here. You got some Corvallis kids and some Hamilton kids making up that team. So a lot of the kids have played high school. Hamilton took second in the state tournament. Corvallis finished ahead of us in our conference. They got some really good players coming in, and we're just looking to go out and give them a good fight here.
And then after that?
So after that, our B team will play in Salmon. They got a doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Saturday over there. It's supposed to be a tournament, but they had a couple teams bail out, so we're going to make do with what we can. And then Sunday, we've got Helena coming to town for two big conference games.
Okay, so Sunday, what time are the games?
Sunday, we are playing at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay, and then after that, when's the next home game after that?
After that, the next home game would be the Maybell Arthur tournament. Or no, let me look here. I can pull it up.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
No, you're just with all the things going on in your head for baseball.
So we've got the Butte Miners coming to town on Sunday the 23rd.
Okay.
And then we go to Belgrade the 26th.
Okay.
So we got a big conference schedule coming up.
Yes. Okay, well, Andy, big time. We're going to thank you for coming in and talking to us. You brought some of your boys in. We'll talk to a couple of them before we say adios. But thanks for being a guest on Extra Point.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And good luck. And we'll be back with more Extra Point right after this.
Looking for made in Montana food products? Look no further than Town and Country Foods of Dillon.
Back to Extra Point. In the dugout, we have Cale Conan. Cale, I feel like I've known you all your life because I think I probably have known you all your life.
Yeah.
So, Cale, you're a senior. Are you the lone senior on the Cubs team?
We got one other senior. His name's Henry Wu.
Okay.
It's his first year this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you've been a baseball nut for a long time. Would
Yep.
you say if I ask you, you have to choose between one of the sports, what would be at the top of the list?
Definitely baseball.
Baseball?
And then football next for sure.
Okay. Well, and you're leaving southwestern Montana for the Southwest.
Yep.
You're heading south to play baseball and football for Arizona Christian.
Yep.
So we'll see a little bit. You'll just be wearing a funny colored jersey and we won't recognize you. In fact, do you think you're going to redshirt your first year?
I'm not sure what the plan is
Okay.
yet.
Do you think you'll travel on the road? Because I think you guys come up here this next fall.
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you think of the new football field?
I think it's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard through the grapevine that there is now no natural turf anywhere in the Frontier Conference.
Really?
Carroll College, at this very time, is removing their their natural grass and putting the stuff that we're putting on. So, but we're not here to talk football. Let's talk baseball. What positions are you?
So I play mostly outfield, and then I can play some shortstop or wherever coach wants to put me, I can play.
So in college, you're gonna be a little more. They're gonna fine tune you a
Yep.
little more. So, how did they recruit you? Did they recruit you as an outfielder or an infielder?
They recruited me as an outfielder.
Which part of the outfield do you like?
I like center field the best, but I can play all the outfield positions.
Okay, so batting wise, are you ambidextrous or are you right-hander or
I'm
left-hander?
I'm just a right-handed hitter.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So do you have a favorite baseball team?
I like the Yankees.
Okay. I was going to just cut us off there. That's okay. There has to be a Yankee in every one. But anyway, Cale, I'm going to let you go. We got a couple more of your teammates to talk to.
Alrighty.
And good luck on the games today. Good luck the rest of the season. And good luck at Arizona Christian.
Thank you.
Cale Conan on Extra Point. We're going to bring somebody else in right after this. But now we're talking baseball. So what year in school are you, or will you be going into?
I'm going to be in my senior year.
Okay. And you've been playing baseball a long time too.
I have been,
too,
yep.
From T-ball on up.
Yes, sir.
So what positions are you?
I play first base,
Okay.
and that's about it.
So hopes for college baseball someday?
I have a little bit of hope, yeah. I think I'd like to play.
Okay. Any place in particular?
Not too many in mind yet. Just kind of see what's out
See
there.
what happens.
Yep.
What happens now? Would that have a deciding factor on where you go? Say you don't get recruited, but they say, well, we don't want to offer you anything now, but we want you to try out. We want you to walk on and see what happens after that. Any place in particular that you might like to play college ball?
College of Idaho, or College of Idaho.
Okay. And why College of Idaho?
I don't know. I think Caldwell area by Boise is pretty, and I think it's just a good area to be in.
And they've got a pretty good reputation as a college team too.
They do, yeah.
So, and down the road, not too far down the road, is Eastern Oregon. They've got a
Yep.
pretty good program too. So, batting, left-handed, right-handed, or both?
Left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, you know your batting average offhand?
I don't know.
Okay. See, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing when you don't know your average because you're more concentrated on what you're going to do on the field.
Yep.
Right. Marcus, I want to thank you for joining us. We're going to let you go, and we're going to bring more of your teammates over on Extra Point after this.
Thank you.
Back at Extra Point, back in the Cubs dugout, and now we have Conan Hartman in. Mr. Hartman, welcome to Extra Point.
Glad to be here.
So you've been in Dillon a long time.
I have, yes.
So, and your dad, an athlete. Did he play baseball?
He played baseball up until about end of junior high, and that was about it.
Okay, now I know you play a lot of sports. Does baseball rise to the top of the heap as far as your favorite?
Either that or basketball for sure, yes.
So, college-wise, what year in school are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, going in to be a sophomore?
I'll be a junior in the fall.
Okay. So you got a couple years to go. So recruiters out there now, and do you want them to recruit you for your basketball skills or your baseball skills?
Man, it wouldn't really matter to me. I'm trying to just work hard in both and see where it takes me.
So is that possibility of playing both? Can you do that nowadays in college?
I don't think so. For basketball and baseball, those two together, probably not.
They kind of mesh together as far as their seasons
They
go.
do, yeah.
So what's your position?
I play shortstop, and I also pitch, and I can catch some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on the versatile side of things. You're college baseball now, and the coach says, "I want you here." Where do you want him to tell you? I know you're going to say wherever I can do the most good to help my team, but baseball's a little more specified,
for
So
sure.
where would you want to play in college baseball?
Oh, definitely shortstop, and then I feel like I have some good potential at pitcher, so I could do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to be a starter or a reliever?
Probably starter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your best pitch?
Probably fastball or slider.
Not one. So you like them equally the same?
Yeah, both.
Okay. Well, Conan, I want to thank you for stopping in and sharing a little bit of your time. You got a couple of games this afternoon, so go out and get them. And are you pitching today?
I pitched 2 days ago, so I'm not going to go today. No.
Okay. So that pitch count
Yes.
enters into it. So you'll pitch on the weekend then.
Absolutely.
Okay, Conan, thanks for stopping in. Good luck today and good luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back with our final cubby after this on Extra Point. Back in the Cubs dugout on Extra Point, and we're back with our final Cubby today, Andrew Bartlome. And Andrew, thanks for coming in and visiting on Extra Point.
Yep, thank you.
So you've been playing baseball a long time. I've seen your name a lot, and from T-ball to Little League and now American Legion Ball. You're also on the high school team.
Yep.
So what year in school are you? Or will you be going into?
I'll be going into my sophomore year.
Okay. And on the baseball field, what position do you play?
I play a lot of third and catcher.
Okay, do you have a preference on where you want to play?
I like them both pretty equally.
So other sports, do you play anything else in high school?
I played football.
Okay. I'm guessing baseball outweighs football though as far as your likes go.
Yeah.
Would you like to play college ball someday?
Yeah.
So any ideas where you might want to play?
Nope.
You just
I'll
now
just-
you're just having fun, huh?
Yep.
So left-hander or right-hander?
Lefty.
Okay. Now you said catcher or what was it, third base?
Yep.
Okay, so choice. Now I ask these other guys if you're a college coach comes and says, okay, we want you to come and play for us, but you're going to play at only one position. What would that one position be?
Probably like to catch.
Okay, that's
Over
your best
third.
thing. Why do
Yeah.
you like to catch best of all?
I don't know. I don't mind it, and it's easy. Comes easy for me.
Okay, so on the subject of catching and stuff, you get a signal from the dugout as far as the pitches go?
Nope. We call our own here.
Okay. How do you figure it out? Do you have meetings on the mounds and stuff, or
No. So we got our hand signs: 1 for fast, 2 curve, 3 change, 4 slider, and so on.
and how do you designate which one you want to call, or is that just based on the situation?
You just put it down, and if the pitcher, it's really the pitcher's decision. Like you just ask him, like you put down like a 1 for fastball, and you shake his head, he'll throw it. If he shakes you off, you just keep changing
Till you get something you like.
Yeah.
Now, does Big Time, Coach Big Time, does he ever change a signal or tell you we need to do this with this particular person, or does it always remain in your hands?
The only thing he would change is like the pitch out. call,
Okay.
If we needed a pitch out.
Okay. Well, Andrew, I want to thank you for joining us in Extra Point. You helped us all out. Good luck this weekend. You got a couple games this afternoon, a couple games this weekend, and we want to thank you for joining us on Extra Point.
Thank you.
Okay, we got to bring our sponsor sheet out again. This edition of Extra Point has been brought to you by Dennis Sherg of Edward Jones, 82 Coffee Company, Susan McRae Accounting, and Town & Country Foods. We'll see you next time on Extra Point on Southwestern Montana News.